Joining me on the line is acclaimed author, entrepreneur, and innovator Tiisetso Molamo to give us some advice. Good day, Tiisetso, and thank you for joining me once again.
Hey, good morning. Sorry, it's afternoon. Good
Yeah.
afternoon, Miriam. Happy New Year.
Thanks, and Happy New Year to you too. All right, speaking about New Year, is it a good idea to start a business in the new year? Are there any advantages to this?
I think the last time I was on the show, I was speaking about the benefits of this era that we're in called the Fourth Industrial Revolution. So I've always practiced and advocated for when we start businesses to start small because, well, firstly, we don't always have the funds, to go big. And if you go big, business is filled with a lot of failure. You lose a lot of money. Now, the other advantage of this industrial revolution is that it's easier to make most things today. If you want to make a shoe brand, you want to make clothing, because now manufacturers require small units, even 50 units. 10 years ago, they required like thousands of units because their machines hadn't, minimized in size, but because of innovation they have. Now, it's good. The economy, it's moving at a fast rate that job security is not something that's always guaranteed. We saw last year with COVID and even this year, a lot of companies closed down. So it's always good to experiment with whatever business idea that you have. Try it out small and see where it goes, because you're really not sure what will work, but then the experience counts quite a lot. I think even in employment terms, when you are doing things on your own as an entrepreneur, you learn skills. You can learn to code. You can learn so many other things that going forward, they always converge in helping your career.
Now, speaking about starting a business with minimal resources, how can one start a business with no money?
I'm in the public industries, and I've of course I've got books. So, for example, with my first book, what I did was, well, the book was written, and then obviously there are things like editors that I paid them minimally as I could, pulled in a couple of favors. Somewhere I traded some services, skills that I had, I was trading for another skill. And then that's how I sort of partially funded it. And the other part is that I was ready to print like 20 copies, but we took in pre-orders, meaning people were giving us, they were ordering the books with money at a discount. So I would say if you buy a pre-order, instead of paying 200 for the book, the pre-order would be at 120. So that's one of the ways. You take in pre-orders, as long as your prototype is finished, you're happy with it, and then you take in pre-orders. That's how you get to finance your books. And out of that, we made quite a sizable profit that allowed us to carry on printing further and further books.
How important is it to know the market that you would like to be part of?
I think of it in this way. You never know really whether something will work or not. What the market wants is something that gives them utility over and above what they are currently using. So even if maybe you don't know the market, yes, it's important to know the market, but if technically you're sure that your product gives people satisfaction or utility over and above what their current product what the current product can do. I think there you've got a business worth exploring. So it's all about, whether you think you're innovative. Like, I'll give you an example with clothing, because I used to be in clothing at some point. People buy clothes because those clothes, well, the designs are nice, the quality is good. So if you create any piece of clothing that people think it's unique, it will look good on them, people will still buy them, because they are selfishly trying to fit their own inclinations, which is looking good. So yes, and knowing the market, obviously you have to research. If it's publishing, how are you getting books to people? If you can't get into bookstores, what can you do? You can sell over a website, you can sell over WhatsApp, you can sell over all these things. So I think number one thing is product over and about market. So if you obsess over the market, I think you won't try, and nothing really goes forward without it being tested really in the market.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, and
Yeah.
what are some ideas that people can adopt if they are looking to start a business this year?
Let me not say specific ideas because I guess it varies for different people. For some people, it's purely about making money over and about maybe a passion for a product. So if your passion really, if you are motivated by making money, I guess sell what people want to use. Like, for example, maybe you're selling toilet paper, or you're selling what is it? You're selling what is it? Sanitizer. So you're selling
Mm-hmm.
eggs. So if really your quick goal is really just money, I think sell things that people really do want to use. However, if it's you are it's more so for passion and testing out your creativity. By all means, go out and do whatever you've got in mind. Just remember to start small, because you can test it in small patches. And if it goes south, because most things don't usually work from the start, then you haven't really lost out that much.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like trading optionalities, like it's kind of like trading options. You're trying different things. You don't really know what will work, but do test it. But things like eggs, sanitizers. I mean, if the price is good, I guess again it comes the theme of knowing your market. If the price is good, you're adding convenience to people, meaning maybe you're delivering to them, or maybe whatever convenience. Maybe your sanitizer smells good. I guess then really people will buy it, and then I guess then in those sort of circumstances, you have to look at the market, because you can't be selling eggs more expensive than the supermarket. There has to be a bit of efficiency or an added advantage to what you're selling over and above, that people can get the same product elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So know your market is very important, because I mean it's going to be pointless. It's not going to work out for you if you don't know your market and your demographics and the affordability of the consumers. Can they afford the product or a service
Yes.
that you are offering or not?
Yes, and then I would say more so for sort of utility kind of products, like I was saying with maybe you're selling food, maybe you're selling eggs. Well, eggs is food, or for sanitizers. I guess that then crucially you have to know your market. Like, it makes just practical sense that whatever you're selling, maybe from a price point, if your product just like maybe a generic product that anyone can get anywhere, then it makes sense maybe to be a bit cheaper in that sense. So that I guess that's where really knowing your market comes in.
Mm-hmm. All right. What are some mistakes that we tend to make when starting a new business in general?
The big one, I think, is starting out, big.
Mm.
Starting out big when maybe it's your first time running that business. So, because if you start big, it doesn't work out. You lose a lot of money. So try it in small patches. I think that's like the central theme in starting a business. And again, it goes onto the budget. You just make sure that you're always able to go and reproduce with what you've sold. You want to be eating your money for other things other than the business. So you need to be sustainable. You need to keep on reproducing.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
And lastly, what are some take-home points or advice that our listeners should take note of when wanting to start a business?
I'll say that again. I didn't catch it quite. The car passing close to me.
All right. What is your advice for our listeners going forward? When they want to start a business now or later on in the year.
You know, um, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So everything to actualize, you have to actually uh, go out and do. You have to execute. You have to be a bit, naive, suspend the disbelief, go out and do it. Like, go do it, even if it doesn't work out. Those soft skills that I'm sure it's both soft skills and technical skills
Mm-hmm.
in starting a business. It's conceptualizing the product, making calls, finding out research of the properties of the things you use to make your product, marketing, all these different relationships, typing out an email, drawing out a proposal, all those soft skills, they'll be with you forever. So it's kind of starting out a business, kind of like university, hard knocks university.
Mm-hmm.
It's a self-imposed education. So you have to actually go out and do it. That's the only way that you can say whether I've succeeded or failed. And ideas really do come from process. So
Mm-hmm.
in that business, you can notice other ideas. You can notice how to improve your product over and above. You can improve your product than the market through being in it. To give like an analogy, let's say you
Mm-hmm.
play soccer and then maybe you're not, the best at it, but then because of you playing soccer and doing all these different trainings, you realize, okay, maybe I think I can make it as a coach, or maybe I think I run faster. Maybe let me pursue sprinting. Different. Like when you
Mm-hmm.
do one thing, you learn so much about yourself, and then you can go and grow your strength from there on. So you learn your weaknesses, you can improve upon your weaknesses, your strengths. You can realize, okay, maybe this strength I can use it for a business opportunity or for an earning opportunity. So I quite believe in that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you so much for your time, Tiisetso, and for giving us that advice. I hope this
A
new
pleasure.
year will be prosperous for everyone, and including yourself. So have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thanks very much. A great day to you and the listeners. Yes.
Thank you. Bye bye. That was acclaimed author, entrepreneur, and innovator Tiisetso Molamo giving us insight and tips on how to start a business in the new year. Just start, but before you do that, sit down and look at ideas. Put some ideas together, have a plan, do some research in terms of pricing, your market, etc. And here's a few ideas of businesses that you can start. Like you can be a virtual or personal assistant. Um, you could be an interior designer, a graphic designer. There are so many short courses that you can learn these days. So, graphic designers, you can do that as well. You can be you can sell food, you can do hairdressing services, uh, put your creativity to the test. Electronics repair services, you can repair people's computers, telephones, mobile phones, cameras, etc. You can be a social media consultant. We are seeing a rise in that, especially with the digital media, and with the lockdown, with the pandemic, everything has changed. Tutoring services, you can tutor students now that schools are open. You're probably going to want to boost and take advantage of that situation. You can do grocery delivery services. If you have a scooter, why not get an app together and start a delivery business. Gardening and lawn care, you can do that. What do they call it? Landscaping and horticultures. You can develop chatbots if you like, marketing services and public relations, affiliate marketing. You can become an assistant or a seller on eBay. Unlike affiliate marketing, eBay sellers promote and sell products to clients, and you can opt to sell for yourself or on behalf of others at a commission. You can also join a text consultancy business. But if that's not your thing, then you can become a paid blogger or vlogger. I know it's going to take some time for you to actually get views and stuff for you to become a paid blogger or vlogger, but at least you can start somewhere. You can do editorial services if you are good at writing, if you're good at picking up grammar errors, mistakes, you can do that. You can also become a ghostwriter, proofreader, write articles for magazines or websites, copywriting, among others. There's so much to do. You can also do meal planning if there is something up your alley, cooking, etc. Try meal planning. Online photo business, a translator, take some surveys, direct sales representatives, currency trading, plan projects and events at a fee, computer training. You can become a property manager, courier services, life coaching, laundry services, caregiving, babysitting, childproofing, taxi or personal driver, bicycle repairs, daycare services, a bridal concierge, tour guide, a makeup artist. We've seen the rise of makeup artists with the age of social media, digital media conversion, packing services, dog trainer, groomer, walker, a personal chef, a massage therapist. The list is endless. All it requires is for you to do some research, because there's so many ideas out here, so many ideas that you can do and implement. So get going, start your business, and we want to interview you and see how your business is doing after having started. So don't sit back and just relax. Do something for yourself, and leave a legacy behind. It is 12:51. You are listening to the mid-morning talk on Salam Media. We will be right back.